Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is Brother Malak from the 12 Tribes United. All right, today we're going to go over the breakdown of Simeon and Levi, because I know the breakdown that was given to me back at the old school at One West back in the 90s. So the breakdown of Simeon and Levi was basically saying that that's talking about the Haitians and the Dominicans. And, let's see if the scriptures is actually saying that. This is what we're going to do. Okay, Genesis 49. We're going to read 5 through 7 and break it down. Simeon and Levi are brethren. This is Genesis 49 and 7. Simeon and Levi are brethren. All right, so we know that all 12 tribes are brethren. So somebody will read that and say that's talking about Dominican Republic and Haiti. Now, Dominican Republic and Haiti used to be the island of Hispaniola. And before then, it was called the island of Haiti, which means Haiti. So Dominican Republic in Haiti of today was known as Haiti originally, Haiti, by the Taino Indians. So, in conclusion, we know that Dominicans and Haitians are the same people. All right, they got divided by Spanish and French. Before the French went to Haiti, the side that's called Haiti today, it was all called Haiti anyway. And even in Haitian Creole, they still call it Haiti. All right, Haiti. So Dominicans and Haitians are the same people. One side speaks Spanish. They used to all speak Spanish, and now you got another side speak French. Same people, same bloodline. All right. Only 200 years ago, approximately the early 1800s, is when they started getting divided by language. All right. One side thinks that they're black. The other side thinks that they're Hispanic. When both of them are the same people, same bloodline, same facial features. You got Haitians that speak Spanish, and you got Dominicans that speak Creole. They speak the same languages. Don't let them fool you. All right, so you got one side hate another side, and that's madness. That goes back to the Willie Lynch syndrome, where they divided people by language, by skin color, and so forth and so on. All right, so Dominicans and Haitians are the same people. All right, wherever they come from, they're from the same tribes. They're from the same bloodline. All right, so it says, instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. So brothers read that and say, see, it's talking about the voodoo and all that other stuff. Does the scripture say anything about any type of witchcraft? No. What is the instruments of cruelty? We're going to find out. We're going to find out what the instrument of cruelty. All right. Now, it's not talking about voodoo. Let's read on. O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly mine honor. Be not thou united, for in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down the wall. So we're going to find out all of this. I'm going to read on, and then I'm going to go into the precepts. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. All right. So brothers will say, see, that's talking about the Haitians and the voodoo and the Dominican Republic. Let's see if the scriptures mention any of those words you just the elders that broke it down, the tribe of Simeon and Levi. They said the Haitians and Dominicans. Let's see if the scriptures say those. Let's see if the word Haiti and Dominican Republic is in the Bible. So let's go to Genesis 29 and 33. It says, and she, meaning Leah, conceived again and bare a son. So this is the second son. We know the first son was Reuben. And she said, because the Lord have heard I was hated, he have therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon. So Simeon is the second born son of Jacob and Leah. Reuben was the first, Simeon is the second born. And she conceived again, this is 34, Genesis 29, 34, and she bare a son and said, now this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him 3 sons. Therefore was his name called Levi. So Levi is the third son of Jacob and Leah. All right. Now when we go back to Genesis 49, it goes into, you know, the instruments of cruelty and so forth and so on. Let's see what that's talking about. Let's see if that's talking about Dominican Republic and Haiti doing voodoo. Let's see if the scriptures say that. This is what we got to go by. We got to go by the holy scriptures, not by man's interpretations and so forth and so on. So it says, Genesis 34:1. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. So now we're going into Dinah. Jacob had 12 sons, and he had a daughter named Dinah. All right. So she went to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her. So when she went to see the daughters of the land, a man named Shechem, basically he was a Hamite, he took her and he lay with her. Some brothers will say he raped her. You know, we really don't know how that happened. We just know that he dealt with her. We know that he took her and laid with her and defiled her. Defile means make unclean. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob. And he loved the damsel and spake kindly unto the damsel. So after he dealt with her, he was in love with her. It says, and Shechem spake unto her, his father, Hamor. So Shechem, after he did that, he spake unto his father, Hamor, saying, get thee this damsel to wife. So wait a minute, I thought just having sex makes a woman your wife. How come this man laid down with her and then he asked the father to go get him this woman to wife? You see, these are things people don't look at, but we're not going into that subject right now. All right? That's not the subject at hand. It says, and Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons that were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went unto Jacob to commune with him. So Hamor, which is the father of Shechem, the one who defiled Dinah, went to commune with Jacob. It says, and the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, meaning her brothers, 12 brothers, and they were wroth, meaning they were angry, because he hath wrought folly in Israel, and laying with Jacob's daughter, which these things ought not to be done. It says, and Hamor communing with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem long for your daughter. I pray you to give him to wife. So once again, if it's just sex, you just have sex and then that's it. There's no type of dowry. There's no, you're going to the father. That's not scriptural. And it says, and make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you. Now we know in Deuteronomy 7, which is written later, we were told not to do that. So that was strike one, because he was another nation. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife. So even the other nation, this was a Hamite, he knew that, you deal with a woman, you got to ask, you deal with a dowry and so forth and so on. Not just lay down with a woman and just, oh, that's my wife, and no type of dowry, no type of betrothal, which he couldn't obviously be betrothed because he already laid down with her. All right. Let's see. As a matter of fact, let's read on. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully, and said, because he had defiled Dinah his sister. It says, and they said unto him, we cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that they were a reproach unto us. So the brothers said, we cannot give this woman to you that's uncircumcised. That don't just mean he's physically uncircumcised. That also means basically he's a heathen, So they refused the dowry. There's a scripture talking about a man refusing the dowry, because this man was not of Israel. Let's go to Exodus 22 and 16. And it actually precepts with that scripture. Exodus chapter 22 and verse 16. It says, If a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. So if a man entice a maid, meaning seduce, and he lie with her, meaning he have sex with her, he shall endow her to be his wife. Doesn't say that he just has sex and then after that's his wife. No, there's a process he has to go through, and this is what Shechem was going through. It says 17, and if a father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay according to the dowry of virgins. Now I've heard brothers say the father can't refuse because he dealt with her, because of Deuteronomy 22, so forth and so on. But in this case, the father was able to refuse. Why? Because this man was not of our people. That's a righteous reason to refuse to give your daughter to wife. All right, because this man is not of our nation. If this man had been an Israelite, it would have been a whole nother scenario. But this man wasn't. This man was a heathen. All right, so the brothers was like, no, you're uncircumcised. Basically, you're a heathen. All right, let's go back to the history, because we're going to break down Simeon and Levi, what really happened, and what the scriptures is really speaking of. Let's go back to Genesis 34. Genesis 34. Let's go back to the history. Genesis 34 and 15. But in this we will consent unto you, if you be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised. So when they were speaking of these heathen being circumcised, they would say, okay, if you circumcised, we'll become one people. We will make marriage with each other. Now the brothers already was being deceitful. There was a reason why they was saying that. They had something else in mind. All right. So let's go down. All right. Let's go down to 24. And Hamor said unto Shechem his son, hearken, they went out to the gate of every city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out to the gate of the city. So all the males of this nation got circumcised. It says 25, and it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, meaning sore from circumcision, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took every man his sword, and came upon the city boldly, and slew all the males. So this was the instruments of cruelty the scriptures was talking about when they defiled their sister, or when Shechem defiled their sister Dinah. They took their instruments of cruelty, meaning the swords, and they killed every male in that city, those Hivites. All right, it wasn't talking about voodoo. So this is what Simeon and Levi was talking about. And what does it mean to scatter into Israel? Let's go to Numbers 35 and 2. Numbers chapter 35 and verse 2. Numbers 35 and verse 2. There's a right way when you get married, when you deal with a woman. You're supposed to go to the father, get betrothed, not just go and deal with her. Sometimes the father would give you, and other times the father, like in this case, he was not of our people. So he definitely did not want to give him Dinah. All right, there's a right way to get married, brothers and sisters. Don't just go laying around and say, oh, that's my wife, that's my husband. There's a procedure, all right? Numbers 35 and 2. Command the children of Israel that they give unto the Levites of the inheritance of their possession cities to dwell in, and ye shall give also unto the Levite suburbs for the cities round about them. So all the places where the 12 tribes dwelt, Levi has suburbs in that area. Why? Because they had to judge the people. They had to be close by every tribe. So when they had a matter, they would go straight to the Levites, all right, to judge that matter. Let's read that as a matter of fact. Let's go down to 6. And among the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites, there shall be 6 cities for refuge, which ye shall appoint for the manslayer, that he may flee thither, and to them ye shall add 40 into cities. So if each tribe, says there was a man who slayed a man by accident, they would run to the suburbs where the Levites were, and no one could go and chase them out of there, chase them and take vengeance. Now there came a time when that man was taken out of a city and judged to see if he really did the crime or not. Did he murder in hatred, or that he basically, it was by accident. All right, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna say shalom, shalom.